Hello there, it's Jay here from Jay's Vintage Junk, and today we're back on the Delta S. And here's the thing. I've had some really good knowledgeable chaps helping me from the Soviet Spectrum Clone Facebook group, and they've actually identified the board in here. The case is definitely a Delta S case, but they've actually managed to identify the main board in here, and it's a Leningrad Mark II board. In its actual main use, it's got edge connectors for the keyboard, it's got the DIN connectors, where I thought there should be some adjustment pots here. That's actually where the DIN socket should be mounted. Down here, where I thought there may have been transistors, that's actually where the RGB adjustment pots are meant to be mounted. And there should actually be a pin connector on there for expansion. There should be a DIN connector there for the joystick outputs. But apparently it was quite common for these boards to be just got hold of as bare boards and built up as people saw fit with whatever bits they could get hold of. So yeah, it explains quite a few mysteries, and the good news about that is I was actually managed to get the circuit data for it. So I've got the layout. More importantly, and this has been vital, I've got the circuit diagram. I've got board layouts because there's tracks missing on this board, and I've been able to figure out exactly where things should be and what should be connected to what using these. These have been absolutely. This is the area in question. This is the area around the video circuitry which I'm working on at the moment, which obviously I've enlarged so I could see what I was doing. And that's the other side. So I've got both top and bottom layers of the board here. That's been absolutely vital to make any progress on this thing, and I have actually made a bit of progress. I'm still waiting on some transistors that I ordered, because I'm actually out of small signal NPN transistors, amazingly enough. I thought I had loads of them, but I can't find them for love and the money, so I've got some on order at the moment, because what I've got at the moment, I have got a nice locked sync now, very very nice lock sync, but I have inverted video still. So this is giving out inverted video, RGB inverted video, and what I basically need to do is invert it over. I believe I should be able to do it with a really simple little one transistor circuit. I did actually have a go at knocking something up, but the transistors I was using aren't really suitable. But I just knocked something up, just playing, just like that. Basically you've just got a transistor for each of the lines, and the signal comes in, the transistor inverts the signal and spews it back out again. But like I said, that's not working at the moment. I've not got the right transistors to do it. They don't really have the correct gain for what I want to do. Like I said, I need a small signal transistor really. They're just a general purpose switching transistor. And they haven't done what I wanted them to do. But anyway, I'll get back to that. What I would like to show you is, yeah, I'll show you the sync on it. So if we switch it on, in fact, let me, I'll switch it back off, and I'll get the camera up onto the monitor. Oops, there we go. So that's the monitor, and then I'll switch it on, and you'll see what it's actually doing up to now. Switch it on. Oh right, there we go. Now it has issues. We might actually get it to make a beep this time. We press enter. Yep, we get one beep out of it. Oh, and then we get a flashing cursor. But then after that, it's dead again. If I hit the reset switch. But if you look at the actual picture I'm getting, like I say, I know it's inverted, and now it's back to being dead again. Just hit the reset again. Now, like I said, I know it's inverted, but you can see from the sync it's locked perfectly. Once I've inverted the RGB lines, it should be fine. And as you heard from that, we're actually getting response from the keyboard. Unfortunately, let's get you back down on the computer itself. Unfortunately, so I'm getting the keyboard, when I pressed enter before, when you saw that on the screen, it actually went beep. So the keyboard is responding. I have a feeling that one of the EEPROMs has failed in it. When I first got this, I pulled them out and I took a ROM dump from them. And I was just wondering, was it right? So I pulled them out again. I was doubting my EEPROM reader, to be honest. Because I had been trying to get them to run in a Spectrum emulator and I wasn't succeeding. I don't know whether I was doing it right, but I wasn't succeeding. So I pulled them back out and I put them back in my EEPROM reader. Now one read out perfectly, and I saved it to the computer again, and I compared it with the other one and it's fine. The other one, when I tried to read it, the EEPROM reader's not even reading the chip. It's coming up, it's flashing up on a number of pins that there's a fault. I've tried cleaning the pins on it, I've tried other EEPROMs in the reader, and there's nothing wrong with my EEPROM reader. The chip's actually died. So what I did is these are M27 C128s. No, they're not. Are they? No, they're 64s. These, sorry. Yeah, they're 64s because they're only 8K each. The ROM's actually split between the two EEPROMs. I'm pretty sure on this, because it's a yeah, it's a 16K ROM file and it's split into two 8K images. I think that's right. But one's working, like I said, the other one appears to be absolutely dead. Anyway, like I said, I took the ROM image that I'd got originally when I'd read it, I burnt that back to a new EEPROM and put it in, and it just doesn't work. It's just coming up as gibberish. So I have a feeling one of the ROMs has gone. I need to get a good set of ROM images that'll work on a Leningrad 2 board. Fortunately, now I know what the board is. Hopefully someone can furnish me with a set of ROM images. I'll burn them to two new EEPROMs and we'll take it from there, and with any luck, hopefully we might actually get it to do more than beep once in a while and flash the screen up when it resets. I also think it may also have a RAM fault, because every now and again when you are resetting it like that, it will do, I think as it's doing now, I don't know if it's going to keep on doing it or not, but it will sometimes when you get it going, it just goes into random spontaneous resets where it'll just keep resetting itself over and over again, or it'll bring a few coloured blocks up on screen and hang like that. So I suspect there's other faults with it as well, but we're certainly making progress on the project, so I thought I'd bring you up to speed. So as I say, it's not strictly a Delta S, it's a bitsa. It's bits of this and bits of that, and in one way I'm sad about that, and in another way I'm happy, because with it being a bitsa, I am not worried at all about its originality. So I am quite happy to hack, chop and cut this thing up and add bits to it and what have you. This is one bit I'm working on now. I decided I wanted, the audio comes out through the DIN plug, and with the 5-pin DIN it was a bit tight and it didn't give me any pins left over to send a signal to the blanking on the LCD to switch it over into RGB mode from composite. So I'm doing away with the 5-pin DIN plug on the back there, and I'm moving over to a 9-pin D-tile connector like that. So that takes audio, RGB video and the blanking signal, and obviously I'll modify the back of the case to fit that in. Like I said, some people might not like the idea of modifying the case like that, but it's not perfect, it's never going to be original, so I'm not too worried about that. Anyway, I thought I'd keep you updated, and I'll leave it at that. So thanks for watching, and goodbye.